No, but somebody else said it on a podcast. Have you ever noticed when you kick guitar over that it plays the first chord on Hard Day's Night?
Wait, kick it over.
And people apparently try and identify what that chord is.
Yeah, but isn't it a tuning though? Isn't it? It's like something. Don't you have to capo it on the third or fourth fret?
Some saying it's a G suspended ninth. Some saying it's a G. But it's basically a G apparently.
Oh right, okay. Well, all right. So if it is a G, that would be why it's probably capoed on the third fret.
I don't know.
It's basically an open G. It's G tuning but open. There we go. But that's so
because they were saying, there's this big debate as to what chord it is. It's G suspended ninth. No, it's not. It's suspended. I don't know all that garbage that Wayne likes to talk about.
Garbage.
And somebody just says, no, just kick your guitar over it night. That's it. That's a chord.
That's it.
And it is. Do it again.
There is there's. Can you think of any other chords that are specific to?
I'm not with you.
Something so like that's a Beatles chord. You've got the Hendrix chord, which is like a seventh chord. Boom, 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 boom. But that that Hendrix chord.
Yeah.
Any other ones?
Oh, you're talking to the wrong person, really. You two are the.
Wayne, is there any?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think now.
No, but we know. Yeah, but you know songs, though, don't you? I guess that's off our heads with that. I think. All right, not the next episode, but maybe episode after. We'll come back with signature chords.
Signature chords.
Yeah,
people have got to know.
No, but like so when you talk about Hard Day's Night, people know that. Bing. Yeah. As soon as you hear that chord, you think that song. So that sort of thing. That's what we're after.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Okay. We'll do some research and come back on that one.
Okay. All right. You're going to welcome us in, Wayne?
Welcome.
Well, that's it. We're in.
Welcome, everybody, throughout the world to another exciting edition of Listenerland.
I'd like to say a special hello to Brazil.
Hi, Brazil.
Thank you, Brazil.
Thank you
for
watching
everything and listening and your amazing football skills and Pele. Thank you.
And all those in Scandinavia, thank you very much for joining us and your amazing football skills.
And now you have to say a
Scandinavian
footballer.
That's
him. That'll do.
I don't know. He's a Polish.
Yeah,
sorry.
He plays on
used to be
Sunday
the manager
mornings.
for England.
Oh,
Sven?
Which one? Sven Goran Eriksson.
Was he Scandinavian?
Yeah, he was. Were he
Finnish?
Swedish? Were he Swedish?
Ooh.
I think so.
I don't know. You're the football man.
I know. I can't remember. I think he's...
Yeah. I don't know.
I think he's Swedish.
No, I've no idea.
I might be wrong.
That's your hot topic.
Hot topic.
It's not mine anymore.
Well, anyway.
I was never very good at it anyway when I like football.
Welcome back to Listenerland. I'd say...
The show that keeps on giving.
Yes, whether you want it or not. It's the dribble in your ears. It's like water torture, but for your ears.
But you can't help tuning in every week, can you?
It's Yorkshire's...
Thank you very much.
South Yorkshire's greatest music podcast.
Yes, it is. It's South Yorkshire. It's South Yorkshire.
Best secret.
It's South Yorkshire edition to Coronation Street
with music.
And I've got a quiz for you.
Ooh, quiz.
I've got a quiz for you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give
charades.
Sorry?
Charades.
You need a pencil and a piece of paper. And
well, that's the end of that quiz.
That was fun.
I'm going to give you the title. You're going to tell me whether it's drum roll, band, or booze.
Oh. All right.
Okay. You ready?
Band or booze? Booze.
Cain and Abel.
Booze.
Band.
Oh, it's a USA beer brewed in 2006. It's 7%, and it's brewed by the Two Brothers Brewery. Nice try.
He's had it.
Sorry?
Completely. I've had them all.
Are you ready for number 2?
Mm-hmm.
When you're ready.
He can't read his writing.
Guinness.
Oh.
Band. Irish.
Dark Throne.
Ooh.
Band.
I'm going to go band on that one.
You're both right. It's a Norwegian death metal band.
It's too obvious that was.
And what are they called?
Dark Throne.
All right.
Oh, sometimes. All right. Dark Tranquility.
Booze.
Booze.
Brew.
Brew. Brew. Booze.
Booze.
He's trying to brand bruise. I'm sorry, that's a Swedish heavy metal band.
Ah.
Oh, right.
1980s they were out. Fish the Leviathan.
Oh, my.
Booze.
Fish the Leviathan.
I'm going to go with booze on that one because you haven't had a booze. You've only had one.
Oh,
There
you're
might all
doing,
be
you're doing a
booze.
numbers
There might
game.
be, yeah.
Fish the Leviathan is actually booze.
Booze.
Yeah, it's an American beer again. 1995 it was first brewed. It's a 10%er.
Oh my God!
Wow.
You don't need many of
Sometimes
them.
a
do
little
you?
bit too much.
I don't think I'd
10%.
enjoy that.
No.
No.
We don't know. It might be nice.
Yeah, but like beers that are really strong tend to be like, you tend to end up sipping them like wine.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is like a bit of a labour.
I'm happy with like 4, 5 to
Yeah.
6, 4 to 5.
Yeah.
No, I think max is 6.
Yeah. For me, yeah. If I know it might sound
I'm
obvious,
not.
but if I go over something like a 6, and you start getting up to like 9s and 10s, I always think they've got like a. Not that I've ever licked an ashtray, but they've always got like a.
That's a potency.
It's the alcohol coming through rather than
Like
the flavour.
like you've licked an ashtray. It's very. All you get is a really strong, bad taste of alcohol in it,
Yeah, yeah.
and you don't get any other flavourings.
yeah.
You can't drink them quick, can you? You have to
No.
sip it.
I'm quite happy with a 3%, 3.5. As long
Yeah.
as it tastes nice.
Yeah,
I'm happy
yeah.
with that.
As long as it's fruity or very hoppy.
What do you think to this one?
This
Well,
is,
look at it.
This is nice.
oh,
Don't look at it.
I'm going to have a drink.
All right.
It's nice, that one.
So, for the listeners, we are drinking Vocation, Hop, Skip and Juice, Hazy Pale Ale. And for the viewers, this is the can, yellow.
Yellow.
Oh, there's the ping. But what percent is this hazy, juicy citrus?
I'm going to
in a
go
can.
with this one.
I'm going to go with a 5.
You're going with a 5?
Yeah.
Do we have any pointage in eyes? A solid 5.
I'm going straight 5.
Straight 5.
I'm going to go slightly higher
Ooh.
because it's got that
Ashtray.
bit of a potent aftertaste to it. So I'm going to go a 5-6.
Oh, it's alcohol free. No, it's it's
That wouldn't
5.
have surprised me.
It's 5-7.
5-7.
5.7. Yeah, you were on there then, weren't you?
Well,
Yeah.
you're close.
But no cigar.
Hey, no. Fair
no
play,
ashtray.
fair play.
It was good, that, wasn't it?
Okay, your next one is Grozak.
Band. Oh, booze.
Booze.
Why did you change your mind?
Yes, I've had it.
Oh, you've had it?
No, I have not.
Grozak. Yeah, it's a 6.3. Cloudy Amber Lager from Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, I remember it well.
Yeah. All right then.
I like that.
Well,
It reminds
the
me.
first 3 pints at least.
It reminds me of a joke where I like, and it's I don't know where you'd ever use it, but it's like I think I'd remember drinking 5 bottles of wine.
Oh, by the way, just to interrupt on this ass-clenchingly exciting quiz, there's more revelations about Jimi Hendrix, isn't there? And his murder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's come out in a new book or something like that. I read an article this week that there's been his manager at the time, and his name escapes me because this has just come off the top of my head. He was in debt to people he shouldn't have been in debt to.
Right.
And he had the only way of getting any money to him, or he was claiming on Mr. Hendricks, and because the wine was found in his stomach, not in his lungs, not in his stomach, that's why they think he'd been force-fed wine, and so.
Does it make sense to kill somebody who owes you money?
We know this before, though.
No, unless it's
We know
insurance.
this before, but all these people are dead now.
Yeah, but like, if you're a mobster, don't be stupid, because if you kill the person that owes you money and you're not on the insurance books, you're not going to get anything. You're just going to,
Well,
you know.
It was the only way he could get out of Stoke, apparently. But the irony of it is,
But a lot of them, that's how they take the payment, isn't it?
something
Life.
like 4 or 5 years later, he's died.
Ah.
The person died anyway. Who they think is responsible for it.
What, for the actual murder of him?
Yeah, and it was his manager. I can't remember his name, but he died 4 or 5 years later of cancer or something.
All right.
So he had his comeuppance. If it was true, this is all There's nobody can say.
Allegations.
Sorry.
Allegations.
Yeah, nobody can say for with any
No.
any certainty that that's what happened. But apparently, this person that's now released this information was in a hotel room or a flat or something with this particular person, and after a drunken night and cocaine-induced conversation, and he says, "What else could I do? I had to get out of this mess I were in. What else could I do?"
Well,
Well, we'll see where that. Well, it's not going to go anywhere because
there's no one.
Yeah.
No one to
everybody's
prosecute.
dead. Okay, back to this little quiz: band or booze?
Band or booze? Booze.
Booze, 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 booze.
It needs a theme tune, doesn't it?
Ba-da-ba-ba, band or booze?
There you go. Left-hand sawtooth.
Band.
Band.
It's a USA 4.8. It was brewed in 1940, and it's a
It's quite a hipster name, isn't it?
it's a sweet caramel. It's back notes of sweet caramel.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, well, you're doing all right, but you didn't get that one. Our Lady Peace. Our Lady Peace.
Say that again. Sorry.
Our Lady.
Our Lady. Oh, okay. Our Lady Peace.
I'm going to go band.
Band.
Canadian rock band from 1995. You're only working on the theory that I ain't come up with after 3 beers, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, it sounded like a band.
Alamo Racetrack.
Band.
Alamo Racetrack.
This is a curveball, so I'm going to go band.
Oh, sorry, but it's an Amsterdam rock band. Yeah, I don't have a year for that one, but it's an Amsterdam rock band. Okay, next one. By the way, there's 48 of these.
Yeah. Oh, like your drummers.
Like his dream band. Yeah.
12 gauge.
12.
Oh, it's booze.
Booze.
Booze. Okay, so New Zealand 6.5, brewed in
It's
2008.
too obvious to be a band, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. That sounds like.
Did you get that one?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it sounds like
Yeah.
it should be a band.
I thought, yeah.
It's too musical.
I thought that.
No,
was quite
I think that sounds like one
it
of
should be a
these
band.
new beers that come out with strange
Oh.
names. That one.
Well, I'm working on Lewis theory that I was trying to pick names that did sound like a band.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought that did sound like a band.
And I thought, well, I know what you're thinking.
Wodan.
Wodan. If it was a beer, would the masher be called Terry?
Terry Wodan.
He had to say
When
it.
you
to
put it on.
Terry Wodan.
I'm gonna go with booze on that one as well.
Yeah, booze.
Mm. It's a 7.5 black fruit,
Oh,
brewed in 1898.
1890.
No,
So
it's
it's out of date
it's
then.
German.
Oh.
So don't Germans have a different pronunciation of W?
And what's it called again? Sorry.
Wodan.
And what's it made out of? Sorry.
Wodan. It's a dark fruit.
No.
You know, like prunes and sultanas and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know dark fruits. Yeah,
Do you?
Yeah,
not lemons. No.
Well, it could be.
with a hint of a gone off citrus.
At least
Sick.
not strange fruit. Okay. Motor oil.
Band. No, it's a drink.
Band.
It's a booze.
I'm going band on that one.
It's an Italian 6.8.
Ooh.
6.8 Italian. They're not known for the beers, are they? Apart from Beer Maretta and
Peroni.
Peroni.
And that one with the checkered thing on the flat cap, which it looks like it should be like a,
1999,
Maretta.
that one.
no. Oh yeah. What's that?
Yeah.
Peretti then? There's Peretti as well.
Yeah, Peretti.
Peretti, yeah.
There's a few.
Yeah.
But they're not being commonplace. are
They're
they?
all lageries, aren't they?
Yeah, they are all like. Yeah.
But they're nice lagers.
Yes, they are. Oh yeah, Peroni's gorgeous. When you get a nice cold Peroni on a hot summer's day, there's no can beat that. It's lovely.
Is that the end of the quiz? Is that it?
Sorry, that's all
Oh,
the beer
that-
bands I've
oh,
got.
That
right.
was a good. That was a good quiz.
You enjoy that?
Well,
I've
yeah,
got
we
one
went
for you. Carling.
Is it a beer
It's a band.
or is it just a
Band.
waste of time?
Or is it cooking oil?
No, I want to stick with a waste of time.
Mm.
No, a lot of people like Carling.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's
a lot of people drink coffee.
yeah, and it's
They all
very
wear-
popular.
They all wear them string vests.
No,
You see
no,
them in Mor-
don't diss the drinkers.
you see
They
them-
like it. They like
You
it.
see-
Don't diss the drinkers.
You see them in Morrison's at like 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning with the 2 crates of Carling for 20
Yeah.
quid.
They've got like a bit of a twitch about them.
We
like,
have got
like,
very snobbish about our beer, though, haven't we?
like a pigeon with
We've got
fleas.
to admit, we've got very snobbish about our beer.
Yeah.
You
But
know, if you see anybody in a supermarket pushing a trolley around and he's got stones in there, it's
No.
like, or John Smith's, you're gonna, no.
Do you know my biggest pet peeve
Now-
about supermarkets?
the
Pain.
music.
No, my biggest pet peeve about supermarkets. People
Pain.
in what?
Music.
Paying.
Paying.
The music. Supermarket music.
No,
Anyway,
no, it's
that
not.
annoys
I
me.
mean, it's not that. It's when people get a trolley and then suddenly they lose the inability to walk. They're like,
Yeah.
they're like,
yeah.
they're using the trolley like a walker, and they
Some
like,
people have to.
and I like, no, they don't. they are leaning on it like their life depends on it.
Do you know what I hate about them? And I've said it for years, that there should be indicators on them.
What, on people or trolleys?
Not on the trolleys, because they just swerve out and they just swerve in and there's no thought for anybody else.
Indicators, eh?
Indicators on supermarket trolleys, I think,
Some people struggle with them as they are
is the
in
way
cars.
forward.
Yeah.
Well, you don't like them leaning on them. At least I'll.
Yeah, but it's like when they're like almost like
When one crashes into you and you just say, well, you didn't indicate, you know.
wow.
I think it's a
Supermarkets.
winner.
You've just knocked all my beans over.
Yeah.
2 pence beans.
2 pence beans. Them
So
bloody days.
anyway, back to music. So I want to know your thoughts on something.
Go on then.
Is stereo dying or not dead, or is it dead?
Stereo.
Stereo. So
That's
stereo came around in the 50s from everything being recorded in mono, and then it's when you got like Phil Spector's Wall of Sound and the Beatles experimental lots with it, and all sorts of artists experiments with it, and it got its peak in the 90s, and then you got surround side coming in and all this sort of other stuff. But primarily things were stereo with big separation between sound, so you get your left and right channels. And when you think of stereo, you just think, well, that's just a fundamental of listening to music. And the stereo is still there, like with our headphones, you got your left and your right, but that's because there's no other way of wearing headphones. But in today's world, how people consume music, it's from the phone, which is just, all right, there's 2 speakers, but let's be honest, it's stereo. It's not stereo. You have a Bose speaker, like a cylinder thing.
Mm.
You have your Amazon speaker. You have your Sonos speaker. They're all like these artificial space producing
Yeah, I know,
speakers.
there's no
Nobody-
2 sets of
nobody-
2 speakers.
Nobody really has that.
Expensive Wharfdales or any of that anymore.
I mean, people still do buy stereo systems, but no, like,
the vast
back-
majority of people don't use them.
yeah, you go into somebody's house in the 90s, they have a stereo system, 2 speakers, a nice
But
central console, but now they don't. They have like a smart speaker.
But even the ones where you get like 4 or 5, 6, 7 speakers and a bass, they're usually 5.1 surround sound.
And that's surround sound, yeah. So has stereo become redundant? That's
I
the
don't
question.
think it. I don't think it has.
It's not something I thought of until you mentioned it. And then when you look at the situation where how we consume music, and you can see that it has to a great extent through the devices that we listen to it.
Sorry, that was my glass hitting the
Cheers.
microphone.
Through the
Did you get that in
devices
stereo?
that we listen to it. I mean, okay, we might channel some of it through a car,
I'm going to say there's your car, there's
and you
There's
hear music then.
earphones.
there is your car, but when do you?
there's your TV.
So music that's produced for systems, you don't get things like Pink Floyd's Time. You know, you don't get things sort of like taking advantage of stereo. Really, you get like artificial wideners, and I think you never playing music in your car and like, oh wow, look at that panning to left or right. You never really like experience stereo properly. You just experience what feels like a frontal sound, really, in modern music.
I know what
it's
you're
a weird
saying,
one,
but
isn't it?
I know what you're
Yeah.
saying, but I don't think it has. I don't think it might have declined a lot by probably 50%, but I think it's still
I
out
guess
there.
more.
The only
I-
time,
and
I think the
so-
only
I
time
think
you're
it's
really going to
still
notice
popular.
it is when you've got your headphones on. You listen to music with headphones on. I suppose if you've got the buds in and things like that, and you're walking around, or
What about your TV?
and people like doing that strange thing called jogging
What?
With a soft
What's
J.
that?
with a soft J.
Jogging.
Jogging. What was all that about?
Oh, I've not seen that.
Yeah, they've got this big thing strapped to their arm here, and it's like
It's those people for cries for help with the very weird shorts.
No, I've not seen them.
Oh, get
Oh, well, I can wear the weird shorts, but I just not have to go jogging in them.
No, but what about things like your TV then?
Well, it was
Well,
your
your
speaker.
TV is not unless you've got separate
It's-
speakers. It's just coming out of here as a mono anyway, isn't it?
And,
No,
but the thing is,
no,
well, so
because you-
music isn't being produced
No,
to accelerate stereo. It's not because they know that the vast majority of consumers are just into things like your laptop, your phone, headphones. You don't listen to your headphones and think, you don't imagine this like big left and right split. Yes, things are mixed left and right.
You only notice it. Well, it's usually above your head. When you've got your headphones on or you've got your earbuds in, you'll hear the music and it's at the top of the head. And then you'll get these interesting engineers that will drift it from one side or to other side. Or you'll be picking up some of this in your left-hand side.
To widen the
yeah,
sound.
and it'll drift about. That when you pick it up like that, it's quite interesting. But is it necessary?
Especially when you think about the percentage of people that are listening to the music on what device, and people aren't buying stereo systems anymore, apart from when you get them in a car, because that's just the way it is.
It's like tomorrow, I'm being dragged to a barbecue. Absolutely dragged to a bar. I don't want to go. Oh, I'm dreading it.
Sausage, everything.
And it'll be played through one of these little speakers that'll sit on a Guinness barrel, and you've got to listen to this music all afternoon. And I've got to drink beer and eat burgers. I'm coming here.
no.
But it's mono, isn't it? It's mono.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I don't think. I think it's like I say. I think it's declined a lot by probably 50% of
But
various
it's not
years.
technically declined.
But
Our
I don't.
consumption of it
I
is
don't.
not
All right then.
how
Yeah,
we hear it.
yeah. But I don't think it's.
How we've been hearing it before.
I don't think it's gone, and I don't think it will ever go.
I agree with Wayne. I know I've posed the question, but I'm not. I'm not suggesting it's completely gone, because I want to know your theories on it. And it appears when you explain all this stuff that it's dead. And I don't think it is dead. I think it's
No, I
like
don't-
vinyl
I
is,
don't
or
think
vinyl was. Vinyl appeared to be dead, but it's not, because I think that things are dependent on the technology available, and the technology available at the moment is these singular speakers that are relatively cheap but sound great, and they do sound great. They've got
Yes,
this really
yeah.
good bass. They project sound really well. They have an artificial sort of stereo spread within them.
Yeah, they have
I
that three.
I don't think music will ever go back to being mono.
They have
No,
that. They
well,
have-
it
Apart
almost
from the tracks that are
well,
recorded mono.
well, apart from what's happening now, people are combining objects that project in a mono.
but these objects, what you're on about now, they don't just throw sound out to the front. The 360s, aren't they?
Well, it's a speaker which is facing up.
Yeah,
So
that's what I mean.
that-
So,
that's all.
but before it would just generate music to where
It-
you
yeah,
pointed
it would be directional.
But now it's
yeah.
a 360 system. It just, no matter where you sit in a room, you put it in the middle, and you can hear it exactly the same all the way
Yeah,
around the room.
yeah.
Here's what I predict, right? So, in the not so distant future, there's going to be a lot of wireless charging facilities. So, you can charge your phone
Through a
on-
beer mat.
through a beer mat. And sometimes there are these things that are underneath desks, and you can put your phone on a desk and it'll charge. So that's wireless charging capabilities. So wireless charging has been around since Nikola Tesla.
Since when?
Tesla guy.
Oh, right,
Nikola
yeah,
Tesla,
yeah.
right? So there are already things in the working where light bulbs will be emitting charge. So you could plug a light bulb in, and it'll be direct charging loop. So if there's a light bulb if there's a light bulb in your ceiling, it could be charging a laptop. It could be charging whatever is requiring power.
hmm
So
This is killing you, isn't it?
I mean, Wayne's doing a very good job at trying to maneuver himself around a camera, around microphones, without causing too much disruption. But nevertheless, it's Wayne. So
It's a Wayneism.
So I foresee in the future that a stereo or music system will come back, but it will be wireless. So you'll be able to have multiple speaker devices positioned around your room won't require cables or
Well, they are now,
connectivity.
aren't they?
They're almost there. But imagine where you
But
don't.
everything's Bluetooth, isn't it?
I know, but imagine that you don't have to supply power to that
What, to a glass?
via a cable.
Oh, right.
So it comes from a light bulb, and you put it down, and so
right.
you can have a dynamic sound without having the complications of
Are we working on this theory like lampposts will become a generating
5G.
5G?
Yeah,
I like that.
But they'll also be producing electricity, so you'll be able to transmit power through them.
Yeah, okay. Do you like that? Inkeep?
I do.
There we go. It does.
Yeah.
So I foresee the future of stereo coming back like vinyl did through convenience and technology. I think at the moment we've got this trend where we're getting singular objects which are producing great sound, but one of the joys about it is that you can charge up and it's wireless.
Yeah.
But imagine if we could just have two static objects that are or gather power from something what doesn't require cables, and it can be Bluetooth too. And then you'd be like,
I suppose that's
like
the
a
next
light bulb.
step, isn't it?
Like sunlight. Like
well, like your light bulb. So your light bulb would have a like those pads that you can get when you put your phone on to do wireless charging. It will emit a wave frequency that can charge devices. So it will.
well, it's like alt lights, like they're done by its sun, powered up through day,
Yeah, similar to that.
shines all the way through night.
Similar.
You
to
couldn't
that.
do your phone on it.
No, but if they can do that, I'm sure they could do
Well,
that.
this is the evolution of that principle,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's the next step.
Yeah.
Why can't it work?
They probably already can. They just
Well, they can. You can do it when you go to McDonald's. You can put your phone on certain tables and it'll charge.
Yeah.
Because that's wireless charging. And more devices will become wireless charging when the battery gets bigger, X, Y, Z, and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's what I think that's what's come back. I think at the moment, stereo is on a massive decline, but it's not dead.
No, it's not dead.
No, it'll always be there. It's
absolutely
like
not.
it all depends on what's.
But it's an interesting question, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a very interesting question. Yeah, thank you for that, Louis. Thank you for pointing out it was interesting as well.
You're welcome. I'm an interesting man, aren't I?
But it's like we still listen to tracks that were made in the 60s that were mono.
Yeah, we do, and they sound great.
They sound great.
But things have advanced, haven't they?
Well, they have, yeah.
It's like there are some black and white films that are really good, but
they don't move across your headspace, do they?
No, but they have their own.
But we've gone past that. We've now come to a situation where we don't necessarily need that anymore.
So, do you know that that man who's done a country song, which we were talking about on a couple of episodes ago?
Oliver Anthony Music.
Right. So he's been recording himself, and what he does is by the way, this is Siren Soundwave IPA.
Oh yes.
And this is let's play the percent game. Don't look at it. Oh, I've looked at it.
I haven't looked at it.
Right. Don't look at it. Right. Look away from the can.
Good God.
I can't play this because I looked at it when I got it.
All right. I'll just say it because plus you can't even taste it. It's 5.6. So what he does is what he's been doing recently is been recording himself on his phone.
Okay.
On YouTube, posting it on YouTube, taking the audio from YouTube and then putting that on Spotify.
Yeah.
And what that does is it creates a very like 1950s mono sort of like sound.
This is what I was saying, or this is what we actually came to the conclusion of. It's very roots. It's very basic. There's nothing.
It's not produced at all.
There's nothing flashy about this man.
It's very good though.
Yeah, it did.
Since you mentioned him other week, I've been listening to this. I quite like him.
Yeah,
I think he's
do.
very good.
And a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Well, this poses my next question.
We are used to this high fidelity.
It's
when something is just.
It's very raw.
Very raw in that state.
Yeah,
and he's just saying it how it is.
And his lyrics are brilliant.
Fresh air, isn't it?
His lyrics are great.
I saw something on BBC Radio 1, and it was like it was a YouTube clip where a DJ was asking a question, and he was asking, why aren't people playing real instruments anymore? Like, you'll find more inspiration if you played a real instrument. And he was talking about that, and that led me down a bit of a rabbit hole. And I stumbled across a question, which I thought was a good question. What makes good music? / what makes good sound? So there's a debate about like
it's not Slash then.
If you want /, but like, what is it that you're looking for in a sound in music? What makes it good to you?
I don't know. there's so many variables within that question, isn't there? Because we've just pointed out Oliver Anthony music there, which is so basic, lo-fi. It's not hi-fi in any respect, and yet we both like it. We all three of us like it, and yet we can listen to Pink Floyd, which is so hi-fi, and we can appreciate that. It doesn't. It's whatever takes your fancy, isn't it? There's no right and wrong about it.
Well, I have a theory,
Okay.
and I'm
I
thinking.
suspected he might have.
Well, because I've had time to think about it, because that's my question. It's all about me.
You've tricked us.
Well,
It's all about what?
me.
Oh.
No, I'm trying to think of it like an electrician, or in some sort
Oh,
of.
this has
respect.
got a zing to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've had this before. It's nice, isn't
Well,
it?
it's got a bit of a zing to that. Anyway, go on.
So I think in a song, for me, I require something that's a bit earthing. So I need a real instrument. I need something that's going to cut through the mustard a bit, something that's going to earth the song somewhat. And one of the examples I was thinking of was Baker Street. Right?
Winding your way down and be.
Well, it starts off with a it's not the saxophone, but it starts off. Wait, it wasn't a trumpet. It starts off with like some sort of violin guitar bits, and it's like the song's wheezing in.
Yeah.
That's not the earthing bit. The earthing bit is a saxophone bit. That's the root note. That's a root sound of the song,
Saxophone.
and it hooks you in.
It does.
And when you think about other songs, so when you want about Pink Floyd earlier, you think about David Gilmour's guitar playing.
Well, if anybody says to you, Baker Street, the first thing you think of, you don't think of any lyrics, you think of that saxophone
Sax.
solo, don't you?
Yeah. Sax.
Or that saxophone riff that goes all the way through it. I can't remember the bloke's name.
I
but he used
sometimes
to
think
play
of
for Lindisfarne.
Shakespeare, not Shakespeare,
Sorry?
Sherlock Holmes.
Sorry?
I sometimes think of Sherlock Holmes
Do you?
because he lived on Baker Street.
No. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I think I'm right in saying he used to play for Lindisfarne.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't.
What the sax player did?
The sax player played for Lindisfarne, yeah.
Don't know.
I don't remember the lad's name. Sorry. I apologise. I don't remember your name.
I miss a saxophone.
I like a saxophone.
The saxophone was big in the 80s and it disappeared. I think Michael Ball killed it off. But
No, I don't think so.
not Michael Ball, sorry.
I'm primarily
The other
a
one.
guitar man, but my second favourite instrument is the saxophone because I think it's the nearest thing to a voice,
Yeah.
the nearest thing to a vocal thing. And my next favourite instrument is a cello.
Piano.
No, cello. I'm a cello man.
I like a nice triangle.
What about an instrument?
You'll get a nice triangle in it. No, I like it. I like to hear the cello because again, it's almost reminiscent of a human voice.
Yeah. So I require like something earthing the song like that. Lyrical content, I like some ambiguity to it. So there is a tendency in modern music with the youngsters where they have to over explain things and they kill the magic. They're overpainting the picture. They're producing too much detail.
Yeah.
I like songs where I heard a line today and it was art shouldn't be explained, it should be interpreted. So I think
you should leave it. It shouldn't be explained.
well, it's
do you know what
it's for the individual to interpret for themselves, isn't it?
Yeah, but what I hate about going into a gallery is you
Admin fees.
Sorry,
Admission fees.
admission fees. No, be looking at a piece of work or wall, a painting, and you'd be giving it some thought, and you'd be what it means to, what it's saying to you, and then you read the little.
Yeah.
This is how he saw the Berlin Wall fall down in. Well, it don't say that's not saying that to me. They shouldn't do that little bit there.
I know.
Just tell me the name of the artist and the date it was actually conceived.
But does that matter? The name of the artist, as long as
Well,
it's
I think
done.
the name of the artist does because you
Why?
might be interested in that artist. You might want to pursue any other work he's done.
I know what you mean, though.
But I don't want to know what he thinks it means. I want to take from that what I take from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But what if you painted? So I agree. I completely agree with you because when I go to a gallery with Stacey is my other half, and
A very nice girl, by the
she
way.
likes to read the signs. She's an English teacher, so she likes to read, and she will spend a long time reading all the signs, and then she'll take the information and then she'll gauge her own view on it. I'm like bang, 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 bang. I flick through until something's catching my eye, and I'll stand there and stare at it for a while. I'm not that interested in what they're trying to tell me. But I can also understand that if an artist is trying to get something across, they may want to explain it. Or historically, they may, like people who are, let's say this is drawn in the 18th century, people might want to say, well, this is him trying to portray the shearing of a sheep. Then it's
Yes.
like, okay, I can sort of see that now. Right. It's no longer the burning Christ.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't go to stuff like that.
We should try it. You'd like it.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
There's all one, I ain't got time, and two, there's only so many times I can stand and say to myself, "What the fucking hell is that?"
But back to music.
Is there no art that you like?
No,
You must like
I
some,
find
though.
it boring.
There must be something.
So look around your shed. What do you like about certain things?
There's some stuff I look at and I think,
No, I didn't ask that. What there's some stuff. What art do you like?
it just looks like people that's thrown paint at it. And
Well,
I
they
think,
might, yeah.
well, I could do that.
That weren't the question.
That's not the question.
What art do you like?
What art do I like? As in what?
Is there any paintings that you think, do you know, I've seen that over the years and I think that's really nice. I really like that. I don't know why I like it, but I like it. It says something to me. Is it a pretty picture? Is it a chocolate box like cover? Is it like abstract? What art? And I've known you a lot of years, and I don't think I've ever asked you this question before.
But you probably already know the answer.
I don't.
There's not. I don't look at stuff like that
Oh.
because I'm not into art type of stuff. So
Maybe it's not
But
being framed.
everybody
to
looks
you.
at things and says, I like that or I don't like that. Whether it's a pineapple or it's a flat cap, you like, oh, I like that image. I like that. Oh, I don't like that image. It looks like a pineapple.
So it's not necessarily like so art. Here's what I learned. My important lesson from art college is there's a difference between craft and art.
Mhm.
Craft is when you get people that can draw perfect portraits. That's a craft. That's something you have to really study. And for me, art is something which is personal, and it's not that anyone can't produce it. It's just that they didn't produce it. So if you were to walk in a room and that room was covered in blue, that would make you feel it cold, maybe. It'd have a certain impact on the temperature of the room or the vibe of that room.
Can I just set this conversation to music? Continue.
Okay. So it would set the tone of the room. Maybe there'd be a little table of savoury sausage rolls.
Oh.
Yes.
And dips.
And you're there,
And fancies.
and maybe there's a smell of lavender, and then
And coffee.
all of a sudden there's a photo of some brutalist architecture. You can keep turning up, but I have the master volume.
I'm just bringing in a cello because it's one of my favourite instruments.
Oh, great.
Continue.
So,
Continue on our new art podcast.
Would you agree that a colour can make somebody feel a certain way? There's a difference between red and blue.
I get that it does with some people. With me, it don't.
Didn't work.
Beautiful piece of music.
It's very nice, yeah.
Don't with
Okay,
me.
I'm going to stop that now.
I don't like. No.
No, okay.
Well,
We tried.
You tried, yeah.
So
It's a strange nut to crack, isn't
it?
I'm one on my own.
No, I don't think Wayne is a strange nut to crack. It comes complete in a bag, and it's called fruit and nut.
Or bollocks.
No.
Fruitcake.
I think actually it's probably a jacket that zips up the back.
Yes.
Nut.
Well, I consider lyrics to be quite similar. I don't like the meaning to be explained to me. I think that's why I like David Bowie so much, because he refuses to explain his songs, because half the time he doesn't necessarily know himself. It's more like a self-expression on an abstract form. And yet these little nuggets and things weave out, and then they resonate with certain people. And could it mean this? Could it mean that? Like, I think if something's over-explained to you, like Kentucky
Don't
Fried
tell
Chicken
me.
and a Pizza
Yeah.
Hut,
Don't tell me what it means. I'll make my own mind up.
Yeah. I'm all for that. Yeah.
when people are given enough space to interpret what it means to them,
Yeah.
that's when a song becomes important.
See, I don't listen.
And this
to
is why I don't like critics.
When I listen to a track, excuse me, when I listen to a track, for first 4 or 5, 6 listens to it, I don't listen to lyrics. I've no idea what they're singing about.
They've got their own melody. They've got
I
their
ain't
own
got-
rhythm, haven't they?
I'm listening to what's happening in back me. I like the guitars, the bass, the drums. I listen to them first.
Sometimes,
And then
I
when
think
I've-
it depends on the artist.
And
that.
then when I've got that in my head, and I've got and then I'll listen to what they're singing about afterwards.
So back to the original question. So to you, what makes a good song? What makes good music?
What makes good music? I like a nice melody. I like a good rhythm. I like.
But what is a good
Oh,
rhythm?
Is there something that you
I like a nice warm guitar tone, but with balls of plenty there as well. I like a good solo. No, not of this fast shredding stuff. I don't like that. I like it at a nice tempo that's got a lot of feel to it.
Are we talking about music or love, Megan?
Both. I like my music how I make love.
No flashy stuff.
No, yeah, no turning the lights on and off. Just hold on and brace yourself.
Think of England.
You're not describing a white knuckle ride here, you know.
Yeah, and I listen to that, and I like a nice drummer that doesn't overcomplicate things, but is always on time.
So you like it nice, like simple and like to the point?
Yeah, probably.
Well,
yeah.
Sorry, this is not me. It's you.
And I as long as it sounds like they want to play it, really.
It's a difficult question, isn't it?
It is.
As soon as
It is a
you get
difficult
asked, like,
question,
what is it?
yeah.
What makes a good sound? Because we all know what sounds bad and what songs we don't like. But when we try and analyze and deconstruct what actually is something that will resonate with us, it's hard.
Yeah,
I
it is.
can't answer it.
I'm sure you can give it a go.
Oh, I
No,
will.
it's
If you ask me nice, I will.
It's odd, but then again, one of my favorite. That's if I'm listening to a normal, not normal music, but if I'm listening to the like modern day type of stuff, what I listen to. If we go back and we listen to like acoustic stuff, I'm totally different because one of my favorite acoustic players is Lightning Hopkins,
I'm sorry?
which is no,
Lightning
don't be
Hopkins.
Lightning Hopkins.
Oh, yeah.
I like Lightning Hopkins, and that has got no balls of plenty. It's got no big warm tone.
That's
but
early blues. So what
It's
is it?
just very raw, and I just like the way he plays.
So is it that earth thing? You like the earth
Yeah.
element a bit?
I just like the rawness,
The
of it.
simplicity of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also the dedication, the precise playing, the even back in them days, the rhythm and the counting was such an
I don't
important
think you have to
thing.
explain it.
The
do you?
realism?
No,
You don't have to explain it.
No,
it just works.
it's just
for you.
what
It
catches
works
my
for you.
yeah. When I hear like
You don't need
Hopkins,
that
I'm
plaque
like,
on the wall that tells you that he's
brilliant.
playing.
I just think he's great.
Sometimes it not being perfect as well makes it feel more human.
Yeah, it
So
does,
like
yeah.
with a lot of early Rolling Stone songs, you can't put their songs to a metronome because they fluctuate. They're not consistent, and that's
Yeah, a
human.
lot
Yeah.
of bands are like that, aren't they?
Yeah.
What did you think to the new single then? Have you yet heard it?
I quite like it.
Yeah, it's really good. So here's what from my research from the Rolling Stones new stuff, new song, which is all is it Angry? It's called.
Yeah.
It was Mick that wrote it.
Really?
Mick wrote it. He wrote the riff, and he wrote this song about get angry and stuff. And then Keith took some bits and he embellished on bits and he changed it to how he plays it. But Mick wrote the riff, which I thought was really interesting because it sounds like a classic Keith riff. I like the song, but there's a weird. I've got two faults with it.
Right.
It's this weird sort of like posh pre-chorus where it sounds like it's trying to shove too many chords in to get to like a resolving. It sounds a bit too. It's a little bit too fancy,
Constructed.
but it's a great song. And Mick's vocals are very good for his age.
The man is 80-year-old.
And his
Or is he 81?
is great. And my second criticism, apart from this, it's fantastic. It's up there. is I don't think we needed a blonde girl in chaps on a Cadillac ran down the street in the
Oh,
video.
the video that goes
I've
with
not
it.
seen video.
Oh, the video is fantastic because the
I've-
video
I've
they're
just
going down
listened to it on
Hollywood Boulevard
Spotify.
and they've got like they have billboards.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen the video, and I weren't quite sure what that were all about. To
but
be honest,
the billboards are like they're doing it. Billboards are really clever because it's basically like each billboard is a clipping of them historically playing a gig, but they've taken sections of the gig to make it look like.
Isn't this really old though? That clip of her, it's not new.
No, it's
old.
new. It's new.
Is it new?
Yeah,
No, isn't that what that film a few years ago?
No, it's new.
Oh, right.
So
I thought I'm looking at what's the point here? There's some irony behind this, and I can't work out what it is because it's not.
it's just
not-
it's just they want to get a pretty girl in the camera to keep people entertained. But I'm not interested. I just want to see these billboards go by where they're playing 1972 and it looks like Mick Jagger singing the current words to this new song, and it goes to the 80s and it goes to anyway. It's apart from the woman on the Cadillac, it's fine. But they're all apparently they're 2/3 of the way through another album.
Yeah, they are. It's part of the new release. Isn't it?
What I want to know is who's dying.
All of them, probably.
Yeah.
Don't forget, they're all like, what, 120 now? Something like that, right about that.
Oh, don't you start. And the collective age of the Stones is.
Hold on.
How about individually?
But we're diverting. So what to you makes a
I
good
really don't
a
know.
good song?
Good
All
music.
right. Well, let me change the question then.
It's odd to think that.
What
actually.
makes a bad song / sound? What don't you like? Over compression, overproduced.
I don't like it when you've got a song that starts off with a very rudimentary.
Well, you can predict it.
rudimentary predicted drumming pattern. Because straight away I'm thinking, is that the best you can do? Is that the extent of your imagination? And that is just not a good start for me when the drumming is so. I don't know drumming technology, so I can't really relate it in words. It's just basic.
Been done 1,000 times.
It's a bit like a 12 bar on a guitar. That's the best way I can explain it.
Been done 1,000 times.
There's no
Been done
surprises.
1,000 times, and I'm thinking, no, I don't care who it is. I don't care how clever they think they are, but that is just not working for me. I like something that's got creative imagination. On the one hand, I'm going to like very rootsy, very basic stuff. On the other hand, I'm liking Pink Floyd that takes 3 or 4 years to get right. And it's sometimes people will say overproduced. I don't think it is. I can play with both. I can go with both, and I'm all that middle ground as well. I know what I don't like. It's difficult to explain what I do like.
So maybe it's like when I was talking about I like the lyrics to be vague or some ambiguity there. I think the worst, probably maybe what you're trying to say is that the worst thing that can happen in a song is to know where it's going to go.
Yeah,
To be
but it's too
overexplained.
obvious.
Yeah, it's too
It's
obvious.
too obvious.
I guess that's when it becomes pop.
I
isn't it?
like.
Because pop music has no surprises, in, does it?
I'm not particular
no,
about my
everyone's
vocals.
exactly the same as
providing
last one.
Friday night party.
I'm
That's
not. I'm not too particular about my vocals, providing they convince me that they're doing it with some conviction.
Yeah.
I'm in for that. If it's like
Vocals are like a nice raspberry, gritty sound.
no, I don't mind. I don't mind whether wispy,
Like a
raspy.
Like we both like Rufus Wainwright.
like
Yeah.
a
And
Beth Orton
he
type
hasn't
of-
got a raspy.
No,
It is far removed than what you would expect us to want to listen to.
but I can go from white soul man to black soul man. I can go from white rock man to.
Oh,
black
yeah,
rock.
I can, yeah,
I like Rod Stewart, and I like.
But he's got
As long as it's
he's
not
got
conviction.
a raspberry voice, hasn't he, Rod
Yeah,
Stewart?
but
But
it sounds like he's doing it with conviction.
Yeah.
It sounds like he means it. And
Yeah,
he's
I
feeling it.
can do all that, but if I had to pick, I like something like Noah Hunt of Kenny Wayne Shepherd. I think he's got a great voice. He's got that raspiness, he's got that grit to it, he's got that strength if he needs it, but he's also got that subtlety when he doesn't. Same as Beth Orton.
Yeah.
But
She's
I'm-
another one.
I'm really in.
on a female. She's
On an
got
opposite-
she's got that gritty sound to her voice. I just think she's
You like a bit of gravel, but what
There's
is
something there that there's balls aplenty there, but they're holding it back, but they have it if they need it.
so gravel could be interpreted as an imperfection because it's not a clean, smooth tone. So it sounds more human. So it sounds more earthy, more live in a way. But you don't like that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I like Rod Stewart, and I like the your traditional rock singer Glenn Hughes in particular. I
Yeah.
like Glenn Hughes.
Yeah.
But then I'm really into this fella at the minute, and he's like old school.
Who are we listening to? Who are we listening to?
Yeah, I know. I had the question first time. Sorry, I just didn't want to talk over what he was singing.
Okay.
Well, his name is Adam Douglas. His name is Adam Douglas.
Thanks, Wayne.
Well, no, you're
No.
asking. I didn't want to.
No.
See, it's not about us. It's about them. Listen,
And they'll see.
what they can hear. I find it's very Sam Cookie.
Yeah, I was going to say
Oh,
something.
yeah, I'm going to say, yeah.
Very Sam Cookie. And
It's
this
very,
fella,
it's very modern, isn't
this
it?
fella
It's actually pronounced
started his-
Cook.
Sam Cook. All right. This fella started his life in, well, he's American.
McDonald's.
He's from Tennessee. He now lives in Finland. He's lived there since 2006. But it's a white soul man, isn't it?
There's a country band, a duo, and the sisters, and they are from Norway, I think they're from.
Yeah.
But they sound as American as can be, and they're called First Aid Kit. And
Oh, yeah,
they're
yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
They're really good. Them,
First aid kit.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're really good.
Yeah,
They
I've
do
heard their
best-
stuff. You've played with their stuff before.
They do really
I've
good
not heard
Western
them.
stuff.
Yeah?
Country music, sorry, not Western.
No, I don't know that. No, no.
Yeah, you want to check them out? They're really good. They're,
Yeah, I will.
they're a favourite at Glastonbury. First Aid Kit. Two sisters.
You're going to always writing it down.
I am. I like, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an.
No
I
stuff.
thought it was an
I-
interesting question
I
to
like no
ask.
stuff. Yeah, it
Like,
is. It
what
is a-
makes good.
What makes
It's a very good question, and it's a very easy question to answer
It's
it
not.
until you come to try and answer it.
Yeah, I find it very difficult.
Yeah.
Um,
You think to yourself, well, yeah, I like that because, but then you try and explain why you like it, and you find out that it's not as easy as you think it is to
Yeah.
answer.
No.
And leave your comments below. If you're watching
Yes.
this on YouTube or if you're watching this on Spotify, find somewhere to comment. If you can tell me or us what music you like and for why you like it. And if you struggle with that, just tell us why you don't like certain music.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. I've got just a quick fact. So everybody knows the track "Wild Thing."
Wow.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
dun,
Yeah, it's
dun,
from the
dun,
advert
dun,
for
dun,
the Lion
dun.
Bar.
And
Remember that?
apparently it was wrote by Chip Taylor.
Chip Taylor.
Chip Taylor wrote it, and he's the uncle of Angelina Jolie,
Oh,
which I found interesting.
do you,
Oh, right.
well, I've got a fact
Okay.
for you about Angelina Jolie. She was born on the set of Deliverance.
Really?
Ding, ding, ding.
You don't sure got a pretty mouth.
And on that note,
Squeal for me, boy.